I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mrs. Clapper, could you please call the roll?
Chairman Demiria.
Here.
Vice Chairman Albrecht.
Here.
Mr. Bushnell. Mrs. Kiefer. Here. Mrs. Purdy. Here. Mrs. Sebeski. Mr. Williams.
Here.
Student liaisons, Ms. Spall. Here. Mr. Whedon.
Here. Do we have corrections or additions to the agenda, Dr. McGovern?
Yes, add to the consent agenda personnel addendum, add closed session at the end of the meeting for personnel matter.
Thank you. Superintendent's announcements and spotlights. Ms. Raffer. Where do you want us? I'll just do what I'm told.
Thank you, Chairman Demiria, Dr. McGuirk, other members of the board. So good to see everyone. And hello to everyone that is here with us tonight to help us celebrate some of the wonderful things that are going on in the school division. Tonight I would like to begin with someone that we've seen before. He was just here before you at our last meeting. This is for the Governor School iSweep. I think this is for the International Sustainable World Energy Engineering Environment Project, which is called iSweep Olympiad. And we have Osborne student Cameron White. I'm going to ask Cameron to come forward as I tell you a little bit about this. Come on, Cameron, come in the front. Offer congratulations to Cameron, who attends the Governor's School at Innovation Park. He and his teammate won a silver medal award at the International Sustainable World Energy Engineering Environment Project Olympiad, which was held in Texas on May 7th through the 10th of this year. The focus of the winning project was enzymatic biofuel cells. Under the mentorship of George Mason University and Governor's School faculty members, the team worked with various instruments in a lab to study what materials might be used to facilitate the electrochemical reactions necessary for obtaining electricity from an organic source such as glucose. It's a whole lot to that, but we are so proud of Cameron and the work that he has done and the experience that he's had at the Governor's School. We congratulate you. Thank you so much. Good. Thank you. Next, we have a couple of academic achievements or accomplishments that we'd like to recognize. Two of our Manassas City Public Schools employees have obtained advanced degrees. So congratulations to Dr. Rebecca Stone, the Division's Director of Special Education and Related Services, who received her Doctorate of Education and Leadership from Virginia Commonwealth University. Her work focused on professional development and its impact on student achievement. And we'd also like to extend congratulations to Dr. Amanda Baird, who currently serves as the Division's Behavioral Specialist in the Special Education Department. Dr. Baird's work focused on the goal-setting process for teacher evaluations. Put you in the middle. Monkey in the middle. Good. Congratulations on that achievement. Okay. Our next awards are for the beginning teacher program. The Outstanding First Year Teacher Award was created to recognize teachers who have entered their first official year as a contracted teacher. The recipient must have exceptional instructional practices for a beginning teacher. They must motivate and positively impact their students as well as parents and colleagues. They should be professional, hardworking, had noteworthy accomplishments in their first year, and possess long-range potential to contribute to the teaching profession. We will also recognize outstanding second and third year teacher awards, which are given to those who continue in the program and exhibit the characteristics that I just outlined. The recipients are selected by their peers, and each is being recognized by their particular school site in recognition of exceptional instructional practice, dedication to the improvement of education, and a motivating professional presence that positively impacts students, parents, and colleagues. The Outstanding Beginning Teacher Year 1 nominees for the school system this year were from Round Elementary, Brandon Calandra. From Baldwin Elementary, Rebecca Bowen. From Metz Middle School, Tammy Wong. From Weems Elementary, Elizabeth Ringer. And the division's Outstanding Beginning Teacher in their first year for 2015 is Sarah Yeager from Dean Elementary School. You'll be with us tonight, so congratulations to all of you. I know. First year teachers. Yeah? Yeah. Good?
Yeah, but we may need another one. Okay. Hold on just a minute. Let's try that again. Make sure you were all paying attention.
That's it. Congratulations. And these are our beginning teachers who are in year 2 for their various schools. From Osborne High School, Tricia Vamosi. From Round Elementary School, Kimberly Jones. From Baldwin Elementary, Lindsay Grogan. Weems Elementary, Megan Gleason. From Dean Elementary, Katie Wirt. And the 2015 divisions, the Division 2015 Outstanding Beginning Teacher in their second year is Kimberly George from Hayden Elementary. All right, congratulations to you. These are the outstanding beginning teachers in year 3 of the program. From Round Elementary, Dana Only. Natalie Short from Baldwin. Kendra Lauderman from Metz. Bobby Joe Jennings from Weems. Rachel O'Mara from Dean. And the MCPS 2015 beginning teacher in year 3 is Jennifer Wenger from Mayfield. Okay. Thank you. Having strong mentors to lead beginning teachers is vital to their success. They assist new teachers with their growth and development and help orient them to the school community and to teaching in general. Mentor teachers also provide collegial and emotional support to new teachers. Each mentor is being recognized for their exceptional commitment and support of novice teachers, dedication to the improvement of education, and a motivating professional presence that positively impacts students, parents, and colleagues. From Round Elementary, Brenda Wombold. From Baldwin Elementary, Ashley Francis Shelley. From Metz Middle School, Kathleen Hassanzadeh. Osborne High School, Ann Kulikowski. From Weems Elementary School, Stephanie Fisher. From Mayfield Intermediate School, Luke Chrismatic. From Hayden Elementary School, Francie Vanderveer. The 2015 Outstanding Mentor of the Year for Manassas City Schools is Christine Ty Papa from Jenny Dean. Congratulations to you all. Thank you. All righty. Retirement.
Oh, you're handing stuff out.
Not so soon. Our next recognitions are also bittersweet, just as we talked about our beloved student liaisons last week at our last meeting about graduation. Retirement is a graduation of sorts. Some say the trouble with retirement is that you never get a day off. While retirement may be an ending, a closing, it is also a new beginning. And we as a division pause to commend those who are embarking on a new chapter in their lives. Our 2015 retirees have each played an important part of the educational success of the students of Manassas City Public Schools. The following commentary will provide a little information about their beginning and ending assignments with the city and some insight as to what each enjoys doing away from their day-to-day life associated with Manassas City Public Schools. From Jenny Dean Elementary School, Kathy Jameson. Kathy Jameson joined the MCPS staff in 1999 as a fourth grade teacher at Jenny Dean under the leadership of Principal Diane Pate. Prior to her time at Jenny Dean, she was a kindergarten teacher in Vincetown, New Jersey for 16 years. During her 16 years at Jenny Dean, she has taught fourth grade, second grade, reading extension, third grade science and social studies, co-core, served as a mentor for beginning teachers, participated on the superintendent's advisory committee, served as a PTA officer, and worked on the school improvement team. Her first impression of MCPS was that she had joined a school with a rich history right in the front yard. Her fondest memories of MCPS were of working with the students, helping them gain confidence in their abilities to learn, especially her very special third grade team this year. In retirement, she plans to relocate from Virginia, travel, pursue other business ventures, and connect with new friends. Congratulations to you. Also from Jenny Dean, Donald Regenbogen. From Metz Middle School, Sherry Waldron. Sherry Waldron's first professional job was in 1966, working with the Legislative Analysis Division of the Internal Revenue Service, where she continued to work for 18 years. She joined the MCPS staff in 1995 as a kindergarten assistant at Weems Elementary School. She has also worked as a special education assistant and is currently the library media assistant at METS. Her first impression of MCPS was when her eldest of 3 sons went to kindergarten at Weems, and how upbeat and caring the teachers were. Some of her fondest memories were watching her kindergarten children grow as they came through METS and watching the Osborne football team win the AAA state championship in 2006, along with the outstanding preparation that MCPS does for students, including her 3 sons. In retirement, she plans to spend time with her 4 grandchildren and travel, especially since 2 live in Germany. She also wants to spend more time at the beach, reading, and cleaning the garage so her husband can finally park in it. Congratulations, Ms. Waldron. And now from Hayden Elementary, Molly Campbell. Molly Campbell began her educational career teaching first grade for North Allegheny School District in Pittsburgh. In the fall of '85, she joined the MCPS staff teaching first grade at Hayden under Bob Thomas. She has also taught second and third grade during her time at Hayden. Her first impression of MCPS was that everyone was very welcoming and made her feel like she was a member of the faculty very quickly. Some of her fondest memories at MCPS include working with a group of wonderful teachers, seeing the growth of the many children that pass through her classes. In retirement, she plans to read, volunteer, and participate in activities with other Hayden retirees. Congratulations. Very well coordinated, in case you didn't know. Except you. From Metz Middle School, Nancy Kreitz. Nancy Kreitz joined the MCPS team in 1993 as a substitute under Ms. Zella Jones. Since then, she has worked as an instructional assistant in special education focused in reading and English classes. In '92, she and her husband purposely bought a house within the city limits so her children could attend Manassas City Public Schools, which had an excellent reputation. Her fondest memory of the time spent with MCPS was meeting and working with the teachers and staff who tirelessly try to prepare young people for the future. During retirement, she plans to spend more time with her family, travel, work on her golf game, and enjoy life with her husband. Congratulations. Thank you. From the Central Office in the Special Education Department, Joanne Arrington. Arrington's teaching career began in 1974 when she taught 6th grade in Georgetown, Massachusetts. She first joined the MCPS family as a special education teacher at Dean for 7th and 8th grade from 1985-86 under Anyet. Since then, she's also been the educational diagnostician and eligibility specialist for the division. Her first impression of MCPS was that she had joined a welcoming and very supportive family. Her fondest memories are of the students she's worked with over the years, the awesome support and advice from colleagues, and coaching girls track at Dean and Metz. In retirement, she plans to cruise the high seas, do some gardening, home improvement projects, volunteering, and working with animals. Congratulations. Osborne High School, Mary Millard. Ms. Miller first came to MCPS in 2006 as an English teacher at Osborne. She has also been the reading intervention specialist at the school. Her first impression of MCPS was how welcoming the English department at Osborne was. She remembers 2 teachers taking her to City Tavern before school to introduce her to the area. Some of the fondest memories of her time with MCPS include working with the Freshman Academy, hosting a freshman masquerade party while studying Romeo and Juliet, and taking several hundred freshmen each year on the VRE to the Holocaust Museum in D.C. During her retirement, she plans to read, garden, travel, and spend time with family and her 8 grandchildren in Ohio. Congratulations. From Hayden Elementary, Barbara Candace Wolf. Ms. Wolf's first professional job was as a registrar at a bar review company in D.C. In '93, she joined the MCPS staff as an educational assistant in the EMR program at Hayden under Bob Thomas. She's been heavily involved with MCPS as an assistant for special education for pre-K and kindergarten. Her first impressions of MCPS were as a parent of 2 boys at Hayden. She and her husband were extremely happy with the care and education each received through 13 years in MCPS. Her children flourished and both received hefty scholarships to the colleges of their choice. She says much of the credit for this goes to MCPS. She considers the caliber of teaching at Hayden to be superior, yet there was always a sense of fun. When she started working at Hayden, she knew it was a special place. She plans to stay busy in retirement by traveling more, especially to Japan, where her son and his family lives. She wants to rediscover D.C., which many of us need to do, become more involved in her church, reconnect with old friends and family, and enjoy her grandchildren. Congratulations, Ms. Wolf. Thank you. From Osborne High School, Marsha Hamilton. Ms. Hamilton's first professional job was as a lecturer in nursing at the University of Michigan. In 2006, she became a part of MCPS as a biology teacher at Osborne. Other positions she has held at Osborne include a chemistry and ecology teacher for the science department and a reading specialist for developing literacies. Coming to MCPS from a small school district in Michigan, she was amazed by the 1,800 students at Osborne at the time and the quality of resources available to teachers. Her fondest memories are of the friendships that she developed, not only with her colleagues as teachers, but also with the support staff. Her hobbies in retirement include weaving, knitting and quilting, and gardening. She also plans to volunteer with teen moms in reaching their educational goals and working with individuals who need assistance in increasing their reading abilities. Congratulations. Finally, from Baldwin Elementary School, Betsy Reed. Betsy Reed. Ms. Reed began her career with MCPS at Weems Elementary as a substitute teacher and instructional assistant with the Head Start program, kindergarten, and special ed classrooms. After traveling to Korea, where she taught English as a foreign language, she returned to MCPS as an English as a second language teacher at Baldwin Elementary School. Literacy and teaching was such a passion of hers that she returned to school so she could become employed full-time as an educator. Ms. Reed has been an integral part of MCPS as she created the parent group for Spanish-speaking parents at Baldwin, allowing parents to feel more comfortable and more a part of their school community. Her colleagues regard her as a compassionate and supportive leader, driven in supporting children's opportunities to show their achievements on multiple levels. Congratulations to you, Ms. Reed. Thank you. I'd like to mention that we had one other person retiring this year who could not be with us tonight, and that's Claudette Murray from Metz Middle School. So we congratulate her in her absence. And if you all could just kind of join down here for a photo, that'd be great. Keep coming. So on the other side a little bit.
Everybody's got to get in a little bit closer.
Just
Why don't we just, what about 2 lines? There we go.
Here we go.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
There we go.
That's yep. Much better. Yep. Can you see Betsy? Okay.
All right, everybody.
Good.
1, 2, 3. Okay, let's do another one. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, Don't move. Wait, hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Got it? Okay. Good. Congratulations. Okay. Now, Support Employee Excellence Award for 2015. Our support employees have often been called the unsung heroes of every school division. Bus drivers, translators, food service workers, custodians, administrative associates, instructional assistants, greeters, and school monitors are just a few of the positions that make up the support employees of Manassas City Public Schools. Those who are being recognized tonight have been nominated for this award based on leadership and motivational characteristics they possess, their ability to interact positively with others in the workplace, how they make an extra effort to help or improve their departments, how they have worked towards professional growth and/or self-improvement, and their general attitude and demeanor. We will begin tonight from Baldwin Elementary School, Heather Bezek. Heather Bezek has been an incredibly supportive member of the Baldwin team for almost 13 years. She is described by her nominators as a caring and compassionate leader and teacher who is always the first to offer help and guidance to other instructional assistants. She is also a great source of strength for students by setting high expectations for them and then following through with support and guidance to help them achieve their academic goals. Her commitment to the greater Baldwin community is evident in her involvement with the PTO and the Beautification Committee, and your school congratulates you. Thank you. Dean Elementary School, Mr. James Bland. From Hayden Elementary School, Maria Romero. As a translator, Maria Romero is always friendly, courteous, and offers to help all families and visitors in any way she can. Her continuous support has helped build relationships with so many of the families and staff at Hayden. Her advice and knowledge about various community services is sought by teachers every day. She is also the lead event organizer for many school activities, such as the International Night and Cultural Awareness Day. Congratulations to you, Ms. Romero. Brown Elementary School, Nancy Bruno. As a computer lab instructor, Nancy Bruno is an invaluable member at Round. She understands technology as an integral part of education and fosters a love and respect for computers in her classroom that is sure to prepare students to be successful in secondary school and beyond. Her ability to collaborate with other teachers, to incorporate concepts they are working on into her computer classes to further support instruction is what has earned her this nomination. Her keyboarding club, broadcast program, and assistance with the website goes above and beyond to support colleagues and students, and we congratulate you. Thank you. From Weems Elementary School, Margot Dunavant. According to her nominators, Margot Dunavant is a model instructional assistant who generously shares her time, talents, and resources with students, staff, and families. Her ability to multitask and handle all expectations within her job description has earned her this nomination. She goes above and beyond by attending all parent-teacher conferences with the classroom teachers. She even further assists learning in the classroom by creating her own lesson plans for small group instruction. Congratulations to you. Thank you. From Mayfield Intermediate School, Marina Dove. From Osborne High School, Connie Jones. If you have ever been to Osborne High School, you were probably greeted by Connie Jones's smiling face As the administrative assistant to the principal, Ms. Jones is the go-to person for both staff, students, families, and visitors. Her ability to maintain professionalism, grace, kindness, and a sincere willingness to serve while overseeing the work of several staff is what has earned her this nomination tonight. Her dedication to the education of each student is evident in her ability to collaborate with and support all teachers and staff. The combination of her work ethic and outgoing, charismatic personality has afforded her the opportunity to support Osborne families both in school and outside of school, and your school congratulates you. Thank you. From our Support Services, Facilities, and Maintenance Department, Ms. Pat Markham. Pat Markham's nominators say she is not only the glue that holds the department together, but the Swiss Army knife that is needed to make everything work. That's maintenance for you, right? She maintains records, inspections, supplies, training, and more division-wide to ensure the safest and cleanest learning environment for students and staff. Her ability to successfully apply for more than $100,000 in security grant money has led to safer schools and more robust and reliable systems. She is continually seeking ways to improve herself and the maintenance team by implementing a maintenance master plan and custodial handbook. Congratulations, Ms. Markham. Thank you. Our Food Services Department, LaShawn Durant. The cafeteria is an integral part to supporting students' learning by keeping them well fed. Thanks to Ms. Durant's hard work, proactive attitude, and work ethic, the Osborne cafeteria is a strong operation. As a 14-year employee at Osborne and 17 years with the school division, she has established a great rapport with students because she's always laughing and smiling. She is able to successfully prepare high-volume sale items on a continuous basis, sometimes having to prepare 1,000 servings of an item in a single day. Congratulations to you. Thank you. Also from our Support Services Transportation Division, Mr. Jack Southard. Jack Southard has reported to work every day at 5:30 a.m. for the last 8 years to ensure the bus students make it to and from school safely. Staff describes him as a professional, dependable, reliable, punctual, thorough, and calm person when it is needed most. He works closely with the school's central office, parents, and bus drivers to solve any issues that may arise quickly and efficiently. All of this directly contributes to students being ready to learn. Congratulations to you. And now the division's 2015 Support Employee Excellence Award winner is Mr. Leroy Williams from Metz Middle School. Congratulations to all of you. If you guys go down this way. Just a little bit more? Huh? Is that good?
That's good.
Okay.
Everybody ready? Perfect.
Thank you. Congratulations. Our final recognitions for tonight is for the Mary V. Bicavaris Teacher of the Year program. This program honors educators who represent the best in teaching in the Commonwealth of Virginia and the nation. The program provides school divisions the opportunity to recognize outstanding teachers and to focus positive public attention on education and the teaching profession. The program is open to all teachers, including school librarians, technology specialists, guidance counselors, and reading specialists. Candidates are educators who are exceptionally skilled and dedicated to their craft. The MCPS nominees for the 2015 Mary V. Bicovaris Virginia Teacher of the Year Award are from the following sites: Baldwin Elementary School, Betsy Reed; from Dean Elementary School, Kathy Jamison; from Round Elementary School, Pamela Cove; from Mayfield Intermediate School, Sherry Baker; from Metz Middle School, Robin Roy; and the Division's 2015 Mary V. Bicovaris Virginia Teacher of the Year Award winner, who will represent MCPS in the regional award competition, is Diana Hahn from Hayden Elementary School. Ms. Hahn's nominators say she is among one of the favorite staff members because of her warm-hearted support for teachers and students. Her work ethic, coupled with her knowledge of her subject matter, is what makes her such an invaluable asset. She's been able to reach even the most reluctant of readers through her hands-on creative approach to teaching. She's helped implement several successful reading programs by working to secure grants and collaborating with teachers, parents, and the community. And most recently, you may remember that Ms. Hahn is our Washington Post Agnes Meyer Teacher of the Year for the division. Congratulations to you. Thank you all, and congratulations to everyone.
Well, I'm not going to introduce Doug now.
You can say thank you for coming, never mind.
Okay.
I won't say I would please charge people to leave early.
That's right. Well, as long as we're waiting for everybody to leave us, thanks for coming. We'll do our committee reports. Ms. Williams, do we have any on academics?
No report, thank you.
Ms. Spesky, nothing on policy? I figured she'd still talk even if she wasn't here.
No policy report either. I'm Mr. Tedeschi tonight, no policy report.
Education support, sir.
We have a meeting tomorrow night at 5:30, sir.
Thank you. Anything on finance?
Finance has no report.
And I assume we have nothing on personnel. Board member comments. Mrs. Purdy.
Okay, so first, as a board member, let me say congratulations to all the awardees, and then second, I'm going to ask your indulgence to speak to you as a parent. I particularly wanted to say a really, really big thank you to two of our awardees. One, Miss Ann Kulikowski. She is an excellent math teacher, and not only did she teach my son math, but she taught him one of the most important lessons in life, I think, which is always try to rise to the occasion. And even though it might be intimidating, give it a shot anyway. You just might surprise yourself at how well you do. And that was a life lesson that he accords to her. And so I do want to thank her as a parent. The other person that I want to thank is Heather Bezick. As a fellow bleacher buddy, she and I have sat on bleachers through usually 3 seasons every year for the last 4 years. And what probably a lot of you don't know is that she and her husband probably single-handedly are the reason for why we have a lot of the sports at the high school. I'll never forget the sight of she and her husband using a snowblower to clear the field of snow so that they could practice on the field. They have spent many, many, many hours lining the field, carting students to and from games and practices. Those are probably 2 of the most unsung heroes in this school system. So from the bottom of my heart, I do want to thank Heather and her entire family for what they have done for the kids in the schools. The second, or I guess the third thing I do want to talk about is we are finishing up our fiscal year. We're coming at the end of the budget expenditure season. We're going to be heading into the next fiscal year, and as you've heard here on the board, sometime between now and September, we're going to be meeting with City Council. We're going to talk about the revenue sharing agreement. So I'm probably going to surprise you as a board member saying, I really think it is in the best interest of the schools for us to revisit that revenue sharing agreement. It's been around for a long time, and a lot of things have changed. And when you have an agreement like that, oftentimes it's easy to sort of fall into a behavior pattern. And so you sort of kind of tend to think of, okay, well, this is all the revenue I'm going to get because that's the agreement that I say, and so this is all I'm going to ask for. And so it cuts both ways. It tends to not be a ground for allowing you to think outside the box and think of innovative ways where you can bring enhanced educational opportunities because you think there's a ceiling there. And so by working with the City Council to revisit the revenue sharing agreement, there's an opportunity to get them to rethink how are things done writ large in the city. It's an opportunity also to think about the budget from a holistic perspective where the city can be looking for opportunities to collaborate with other organizations in the city. You put an educational nickel together with maybe a first responder nickel, and both first responders and educators might get 10 cents worth of effort versus just the 5 cents that they put in. So while it might sound a little bit strange because we've had this revenue sharing agreement for a long time, I know from my own personal experience as a public servant fighting the budget wars, oftentimes there's opportunity when you relook at things with a fresh pair of eyes, and so that's what I'm hoping that we will be able to accomplish later this fall. Thank you.
Ms. Kiefer?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. First of all, I too wanted to congratulate all the honorees this evening. I also wanted to say to Anna and DeAndre, you are now alum liaisons to this school board, so congratulations. And we got the privilege of being at last night's graduation. So to the OHS class of 2015, your families, your friends, the teachers, the staff, central office, everybody, congratulations. It goes unstated how proud we all are of all of you. So congratulations and soar to new heights. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Williams?
Thank you. Back somewhere, I'm not sure where it's coming from.
I thought that was applause. Oh, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Congratulations to the graduates from last night and their families, friends, and administrators. Congratulations to the colleagues up here who had family members with the graduates. We're proud of you. And congratulations to all the honorees tonight. What they have done for our school system, ones that are retiring and ones who are still here, has helped make our school system great. I just had the honor of coming from Metz Middle School. I spoke at the National Junior Honor Society induction tonight, and it was great to see their smiling faces and some of them eager to come up to Osborne and some of them kind of worried about it. But congratulations to them as well. And finally, I'm sitting here, I'm kind of struck by the juxtaposition of the retirees tonight and the grads last night, because on its face, they're both different stages of life, but simultaneously, they're very similar. They're both finishing up one journey and pursuing pursuing a new journey. So I wish them all, Godspeed, and hope they all pursue their passion and excel at whatever they do next, and that they find whatever they're looking for and continue to contribute to whatever endeavor they're pursuing and to our community. So congratulations to all of them, and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Albrecht?
Thank you, sir. Obviously, a sincere congratulations both to all of last night's graduates and the retirees and award winners tonight. I think Mr. Williams' word juxtaposition is right, because without the hard work of our staff, our kids would not achieve the excellence that we're talking about. Young Mr. White, Cameron this evening, Colonel White's grandson, biofuels. As a high school student, partnering because this school board had the foresight to work with Prince William County, Manassas Park, and a major academic institution, post-secondary institution, in George Mason University. Who could think of those kind of opportunities these kids would receive to the point that they're receiving national recognition? And that's really what Manassas is about, and it's really a great thing to see. The other comments, Mrs. Sebeski, the superintendent, Mr. Williams, we were at the SBA Law Conference last Friday. That was a standard law conference, but Thursday I was in Charlottesville with the Virginia School Board Association. We spent the day. Ken Tilley, for the executive director of VHSL, was there. I've given Dr. McGork the briefing from that regarding a lawsuit regarding private schools and their ability to belong to VHSL, so that we know how to appropriately respond to that. State Superintendent Steve Staples was there, and I got to tell you, his positive words he had with Footsteps to Brilliance and the positive things he had to say about the city was heartwarming to be at a state board of directors meeting and have people speak that way about our city. It really says we know we're doing the right things. It was interesting also to get his perspective on Challenge School. He talked a lot about turnover, and he's talking now state, Commonwealth of Virginia statistics, where Challenge schools on average have about 30% turnover of teachers. We've got a lot, but certainly not that high, and I think we qualify as challenge schools. And challenge schools over a 2-year period have an almost 100% probability of having a turnover of all administrators. And they talked about one that really the state doesn't know how to grapple with, and that's truancy. And you think about, especially at the high school level, the students who skip school. And what do we know to do? Well, we put them in out-of-school suspension. If you think about it, we're rewarding the exact behavior they want. And we had a discussion. He's actually working now with the Virginia Bar Association, the court system, to talk about what other options we potentially have, because obviously what we've traditionally done doesn't work. Similarly, Dr. Staples is looking a lot at teacher licensure and a lot of other things. So it's really interesting to hear the state superintendent's perspective of what's going on. And lastly, the governor had 2 representatives there, and they talked a lot about the governor's push really to make sure that no child is at school hungry, I guess, for lack of a better word. And Dr. McGurk, the one thing I did not mention that he talked about was something called the community rule. And it's a term of art, apparently, the governor's applied, maybe it's a federal thing, specifically dealing with breakfast, where all students can get breakfast in a school if a certain percentage qualify for free and reduced lunch. And it's just an interesting take of how the state's looking at it. The governor put about $500,000 into his initial start of a budget, and certainly we got an idea of where this governor intends his rest of his term to go. So that's all I have, sir.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate your taking time away from your regular job and going down and doing that, along with Mrs. Sebeski and Mr. Williams. That is her regular job to go down there. Well, we'll just go with you guys. Ms. Ball, do you have anything?
Yes. Sorry. Chairman DeMaria, Dr. McGork, and members of the board, with this being my last meeting, I'd like to take this time to thank you for the opportunity to have this position. It's been amazing to be able to give back to the schools that have so positively impacted my life. The program has also given back to me in countless ways, like my confidence in public speaking and just overall unique leadership experience. So thank you for your support and all of your kind words last meeting. And if you need me to come to tell the new kids what it's all about, I'll be there next week.
Thank you very much. We did have kind words for Anna last week, or 2 weeks ago, and Mr. Whedon wasn't able to be here, so I'm not going to be able to come up with as kind of words as Ms. Sebeski did, but I'll do my best. Ms. Whedon, thank you very much for your time this last year. I know I thanked you publicly last night, but it's very important to us what you've done for us this year, and your professionalism while you sat up here, and more than some of us. And that's kind of me.
Okay, I'm just kidding.
Okay. But thank you very much. We really appreciate it. I've got a card here for you.
Oh, thank you. So, yeah, thank you. I'd like to thank everybody for, giving me this opportunity to hold this position. I've been a student in Manassas City since first grade through 12th, and without you guys, I would not have walked that stage last night. Everybody in the audience, too. My old former principal, Mr. Kratzer back there, Mr. Apt. My old principal from Maths right there. Former, I should say, former. So yeah, I just thank you guys. Manassas City has given me a lot of opportunities to put my talents on display. Without them, I wouldn't have gotten into college. I wouldn't have gotten my scholarship from Hampton University. I just really appreciate everything that you guys have done for me. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it, John Gray. Congratulations to everybody on tonight and last night. I already did it last night. And I don't like reading my text as I'm giving a speech, so sometimes I forget some things. I know, it's hard to believe, but sometimes I do. Last night, as I sat there, and the national anthem was sung. Those kids were spectacular, and I meant to mention it when I got up, and I forgot. Story of my life, But that was just a culmination of everything that we do. I think all of our kids do spectacular things, and it was just so nice to hear them perform. And maybe it's because I was right in front of them, but I've never heard it done better. And I was thoroughly impressed with our kids. And I wish I would have mentioned it last night when their parents were out there, but I forgot. So I'm sure their parents are watching now. It was just spectacular. And congratulations to everybody, and that's all on a personal note, everybody knows who you are. Thank you very much for what you've done for me for the last week. Okay. Citizens' comments. Do we have anybody? I don't have anybody signed up. Does anyone would like to speak? All right, we're not reading this. Consent agenda.
Mr. Chair, I move that the school board of the city of Manassas approve the consent agenda as modified.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Albrecht, second by Mr. Williams. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Passes 5-0. Okay. Yeah, what did you add? You added consent, closed session. Okay. Move on to discussion agenda, special education advisory.
Okay, good evening, Dr. McGorrick, Chairman Mary, members of the board. We're pleased to, per our bylaws, give you an update on what we've done as the Special Education Advisory Committee for year 14-15. Kind of the story of the SEAC this year is kind of it's cliche, but good news, bad news. The bad news is, beginning of the year, we were suffering from quite frankly, we were struggling with membership. We lost some members due to attrition. People moved out of the area. Other personal things came up. So we needed to do some things to increase visibility. I mean, in the past, we've gone to the back-to-school nights. We've gone to all of them, which is kind of a challenge for us. We're a small committee. But that was probably met with what might be generously described as mixed results. So a lot of parents just want to get in, see their teachers, and get out, and they weren't really sitting at the table. So what we did is we took a look at some other ways we could increase visibility. And we went to two events in particular, the Stand Strong for Education, which that's historically been a pretty well-attended thing, and I think more importantly, it kind of fit better to our mission, which was to share information about the work of the committee and some of the resources from our Parent Resource Center, really more directly engage some of the other audience that we're trying to get to, which is parents and students with parents of and students with disability. So that was relatively more successful than some of the things we did in the past. We also, one of our biggest undertakings this year was a joint venture with Prince William County and Manassas Park within Region 4, and we co-sponsored an undetermined workshop, and I know a lot of you are familiar with undetermined. The best way I can describe it is it's a self-advocacy type of program, and which is very important for a lot of these kids because that's some of the skills that they need, especially as they get older in life and they go on to college where nobody's got their back, so to speak, and they have to be able to advocate for themselves. This was a very inspirational workshop because what they had was kids, I wouldn't call them kids, young adults, kids by my standards maybe, but they got up and they talked about a retreat that they had and how all the kids that went to this retreat, it was really a very inclusive environment, and it really was some powerful stories there. It was a very good workshop from that, and some of the parents who went there came away with really excellent opinion about the program. So it's really, and we're going to keep focusing on this program because it really is, it's got a good message. It really reverberates as to what some of the things that we're trying to do. So what's, I guess the good news is, we continue to be a small group. We're, volunteer, obviously, as I've said before, you all could understand the high-paying salaries you're getting for sitting in the seats right now. But we're continuing to look for ways to increase our visibility. We developed a brochure that we give out at IEP meetings. We also send letters home to parents. And kind of through some of these efforts, we're happy that we have at least three new members joining on for next year. And it's also good from the standpoint, a lot of us have been on the committee for a long time, and it's good to get new blood and people with new opinions, new ideas. So we're hopeful for the upcoming year. Going to continue to look to ways to increase our visibility, because it seems like the more we get out there, it kind of feeds on itself. If we can get out there, we can achieve more of the results that we want.
Okay. Thank you very much. Are there any questions, any comments? Mr. Williams?
I just want to thank you and all the committee members for all the hard work you do. I know it often goes unnoticed, but we appreciate what you're doing to help the school system through your efforts. So thank you very much.
Thank you. If anybody wants to, is interested in joining the committee, you can talk to Ms. Stone, Dr. Stone. Thank you. No one I really like that, but we are still always looking for new blood.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. Oh, I'm sorry, Ms. Purdy.
Oh, that's not maybe why. I just wanted to make a comment. I really like the I'm Determined program because of the self-advocacy piece. That's a really, really big deal. There is a really terrific, wonderful program that the Pentagon participates in, where so many of our employees are special needs, and the motivation that they have, the work ethic that they have, their ability to, contribute in the way they do is just really terrific to behold. I get a really kick. I have a handful of people that I watch out for throughout the day. I know they're coming around to do the different jobs that they're doing. And you can just see that the pride that they have, that they're being self-sufficient. And a lot of it is because that ability that they were taught how to advocate for themselves in a world where they're surrounded by adults and they don't necessarily have that person standing behind them all the time. And so I do want to thank you guys for what you do for that, because that is a very empowering thing. And so it's a wonderful service, so thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay, we will go on to the e-Backpack Digital Learning update.
Dr. Saunders?
So good evening, Chairman DeMario, Dr. McGorrick, and members of the board. And DeAndre will remember back then I didn't need these glasses, so let me get them ready. He just doesn't recognize me from there. Tonight we are here to share an update and next steps for the Osborne High School e-Backpack Digital Learning Initiative. As you know, planning for this initiative started back in April of 2014 and has been rapidly progressing through the completion of Phase 1 by the end of the school year. Tonight, staff members from the Department of Instruction, from the Department of Technology, and from Osborne High School will share an update of where we are with Phase 1 and some things that we can look forward to in the future. While I'm the voice starting out today, it's important that you know that our Digital Learning Initiative team is strong and broad, and I think we talked about this early on when we gave an update in August. Together, we plan, think, and challenge each other about the digital learning curriculum, instruction, professional development, communications, technology, and logistics. Core members of this team have met daily over the summer, the past summer before we distributed the devices, and then we continue to meet at least twice a month at Osborne High School under the direction of Ms. Warner, who we'll talk a little bit later. Just a reminder, consistent with our strategic plan, the Osborne High School Digital Learning Project mission is to expand those 21st century technology skills that support student achievement by providing access to real-time resources for research, collaboration, and productivity, while providing a learning environment that supports the 21st century learning through creativity, collaboration, critical thinking, communication, and responsibility. This might look familiar from when we launched the project. You remember we had designed it as a 4-phase project spanning 6 school years. Phase 1 is where we are today, which started in 2013, actually when we started with the grant process, and then the implementation through the end of this school year. So we will complete Phase 1, which was launching, and we will be moving into Phase 2, which is building, and we're talking about building capacity with the work that we've done so far. We looked at those 5 areas of curriculum instruction: professional development, communications, technology, policy and regulations, and I'd add in there logistics goes in that area, as we found a lot of our work really thinks and talks about that. This slide should also look familiar to you. When we talked about curriculum and instruction for the Digital Learning Initiative, we really looked at it in 4 areas. The first, the student learning device and deployment. The second, the content and curriculum resource adoption. The digital learning professional development, and the instructional practice. In Phase 1 over this year, we implemented by providing our 9th and 10th grade students at Osborne High School with a device that they have had all year, as well as some other upperclassmen who were in some world language classes. The content and curriculum, we really focused on the world history for this particular school year. The digital learning and professional development, we started with Certificate 1, which was blended learning for our teachers, and that was part of those the professional development for the teachers in world history, as well as about I think there were about 28 teachers that opted in. Maybe I'm wrong with that. There were 28 teachers who opted into the process from across all different content areas at Osborne High School. And then our instructional practice. This year, Osborne High School implemented an instructional framework that we have in our K through 12 now, which is Learning Focused Schools. And so part of their work has been to integrate the digital learning into their instructional framework, which is looking at planning their lessons in an effective way. As we move into phase 2, we will be deploying a new set of devices, another set to the rising 9th grade students at Osborne High School come the fall. We are focused on USVA history and world languages, and you heard you heard me and Ms. Moore speak about the textbook adoption in that, as well as our partnership with Copia. We will start a little bit more with the digital learning professional development. I think we knew that professional development was going to be key in any implementation with this, and we found that to be absolutely true through our surveys that we're doing with staff, through our communication, our observations. We know that teachers need to have the professional development to be able to function in a classroom where students have a device right in front of them. So it's a very different world. So we have partnered with another company who will be working with us over the summer. We'll actually be offering those blended learning certificates to all staff in K through 12 as an option for this summer. So some of these things I think I've already touched on, but our phase 1 completion was the adoption of the world history, the training for those world history teachers, the curriculum writing, the scope and sequence for the professional development, the integration of technology into the framework, and the Google Apps for Education student curriculum. Some things in phase 2 that we will be focused on would be the adoptions for the world languages, USVA history, and any new course offerings that we can apply to that. We will be looking to expand our K-12 learning management system. Right now we are using Moodle, and there's opportunities for us to expand that as well as look at other opportunities for the division. We need to develop those professional development courses and expand on that so our teachers feel supported in the work that they do, and to update and expand the instructional digital resources. There's always new resources available to teachers, and we need to keep up with that and provide that information to our staff. At this time, I'm pleased to introduce Ms. Lisa Warner, Assistant Principal at Osborne High School, who has been the lead administrator for Osborne High School in the Digital Learning Project. She's worked with the teachers, the students, the staff, and all others at Osborne High School. Through this year, she has developed a strong leadership team with her at Osborne High School that will continue to carry the implementation into the next phases.
Thank you. Good evening. As Dr. Saunders said, the team that we all have created at Osborne High School is truly the best team of people that I have ever worked with, and we have accomplished amazing things over a short period of time. We're decisive, we make decisions when we need to, and we move forward as needed. So that's just props to the team that we meet with every 2 weeks. It's a great team. What does it look like at Osborne? We can see all the planning and all that good stuff, but what does it actually look like? As we welcomed almost 1,200 tablets into the building, we were pleasantly surprised at how the students and the teachers actually adapted to the change. It quickly became common to see these tablets everywhere, in the cafeteria, breakfast, lunch, students working on them everywhere, in the hallways, classroom walkthroughs, everywhere. Teachers eagerly tried new applications and lessons throughout the year. All the anxiety quickly dissolved as the days carried on and both teachers and students rose to this huge challenge. Teachers truly stepped out of their comfort zone at times. I witnessed this through my walkthroughs and my formal observations. And they tried new things with their students. They used tablets for several different things, to include that list on the left there. I think the highlight on that list on the left is that IA testing. Teachers no longer had to take their students to the computer labs. They could do the testing right there in the classroom with pretty much instant results. That was very profound. We actually have a teacher here today who I would like to introduce, who would like to share with you just a little bit about how much it has improved her instruction. Mrs. Luz Kresge is a Spanish teacher. She's an early adopter. She was not required to use these tablets this year, but she did. So I would like to introduce her. Come on up.
Good evening. I'm Luz Kresge, and I'm so happy to be here for the first time in my life, so I'm kind of nervous. But I want to share with you my personal experience in the classroom. It has been awesome to have access to the tablets, and we don't have the excuse anymore than, I don't have, something to work with. So I have used in many, many ways. In my Spanish classes, with my honors and regular classes, we have made videos. Kids have cooked, different recipes, apply very complex grammar rules, and they have to us, to the class, how they did it. And it's very easy now to release the tablet, the top part, and then just walk around the classroom showing to different people. So kind of like college style, presentations, I don't have to be in my desk anymore and showing one by one. The kids move around and they do it. Of course, it has been a long process. Mr. Wally has been wonderful, just, going along with, I have to advertise because I'm not very good with computers, but he did help me a lot. I also teach reading intervention, so it has been wonderful for me to make less painful the editing process. So now the kids can share with others, and they can help with the editing part. And then they get immediate results from me, also feedback, and it has been very positive. I really love the fact that we are having training, and the only thing is I hope that other teachers will take the risk to get the feet wet into this. Thank you for bringing tablets to the classroom.
Thank you for using them.
Thank you, Mrs. Kresge. You are wonderful. Thank you. Students truly did benefit from having these tablets this year. I gave them an opportunity, I invited a few students down, gave them an opportunity to explain to me how the tablets changed their life this year. Do we have sound?
Now that we have sound, so you might have a homework assignment to watch it on YouTube.
It really is sweet to hear what these kids have to say, unscripted.
We can give it a try.
We can try.
Do you have anybody in the room that knows anything about computers?
We've tried.
They don't think it's funny at all. They don't think it's one bit funny.
No, we don't have any sound. So there's your homework. You get to watch it on YouTube.
There you go.
Do projects, and I used it on my research paper. That helps me get all my stuff together and easy to access for my projects.
Awesome. What's your favorite thing about having a tablet this year?
I don't have to stay after school in the library to do a project or anything. I can just go home and do it on my tablet.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was perfect, Joel.
My name is Zachary. I'm a 10th grade student, and I use my tablet in social studies, English, and in my Eagle Block. And I use it mostly for PowerPoints, research paper, and other projects.
What's your favorite thing to do with your tablet?
My favorite thing to do is use it outside of school and have all my things in one place where I can find them easily.
Awesome. Thanks.
My name is Mikey. I'm a 7th grade student here at Osborne High School. I use my tablet for social studies, biology, English, projects.
What do you do on your tablet in classes?
Use it for tests.
Okay. What else?
Research.
What's your favorite thing about the tablet?
It's touchscreen.
Ah, touchscreen.
Good. Type of technology.
Hey, I'm Nikita, and I'm an Uprising 11th grader, and I like the tablets that we have this year that they gave us. It was really resourceful in mostly my history class because we use them in groups, we do PowerPoints, we do spreadsheets, we do Google Docs, and the best thing that I like about the tablets is that you can share them right away with your teachers, so you have no complications of emailing them and having them say that they didn't get it, even though you know you shared it and you can see it, and that's just the main reason why I love the tablets that they gave us this year.
Perfect, thank you.
So as you can see, the students do enjoy having their tablets, and they truly benefit from them. Next slide. The Device Assistance Desk, or DAD, is a fully functional device depot for student tablets. The help desk has many different functions all day long. It has a Microsoft Access database called Device Track to track all student tablets, which includes an integrated ticketing system for device repairs on or off-site, inventory tracking for devices, which will eventually communicate with Trackit, a loaner tablet program for students with tablets in repair, so they're never without one, even if their tablet is not working or they crack a screen. Troubleshooting at the counter for different tablet issues, such as Wi-Fi connection, sign-in issues, tablet hiccups, technology. There's a helpline for teachers to use if technology help is needed. Mr. Watley has it go directly to his cell phone, so if he's anywhere in the building and a teacher needs assistance in their classroom with the tablets, they simply call the number and he can be there any minute. He also works with the assignment of class sets of tablets. So without further ado, I would like to introduce Mr. Joel Watley, the one-to-one digital learning specialist at Osborne High School.
So you can say that easier now. I probably messed up the sound. Evening. Hey, in the, let's see if I'm reading it, yeah. In the upcoming second year of the initiative, we decided to find out the level of student interest in getting involved with the eBackpack initiative. We sent out a survey through the student school Gmail accounts in mid-May. The survey was a checklist of areas that the initiative felt we needed student involvement. There were 35 student respondents. Some areas include working with teachers to create digital resources, creating websites for school use by clubs, organizations, teachers, and students, training students on tablets, educating students on Google Apps, educating students and teachers on technology, helping them to make important decisions about technology at OHS, working with community partners, helping to improve communication about the one-to-one initiative between staff, students, the local businesses, and the community. Pedro Hernandez, our coordinator of instructional technology, will now share with you some projects and programs that we have created to encompass the student interest and the eBackpack's needs.
Good evening. Evening. As Mr. Watley explained, I will be expressing to you some of the exciting things we have coming next school year. I'll start off with our Virginia Star program. This program is a student training and refurbishment program. It's going to begin in Mr. George's class. He teaches the Cisco and A+ out at Osborne, probably has been doing it forever, and is a great teacher. We're going to start that next school year. In July, Virginia Star is going to supply OHS a funding budget, dollar bills, coming this way, which is great, and 25 Dell desktop machines that we are going to refurbish in class and then donate out to areas of need. So this is going to be a great program for Manassas City and for other initiatives that we have like Footsteps to Brilliance and things like that. So be expecting a lot of community involvement with this. Speaking of which, a few organizations have already started tagging on board with more of their resources, which is great. Two of note, Micron and Matrix Computer Consulting, both of Manassas City. Okay, great stuff coming. The eBackpack Digital Summits, we're calling them PACs, are going to meet monthly, bringing together representation from students, teachers, administration, parents, and community businesses to discuss technology initiative-specific topics, issues, and concerns. This may be a great place to have other school districts come in and share as well. This will give us the ability to strengthen communication by all school and community stakeholders. Our next one, Project Community Outreach. This is, again, more partnership, collaboration, building between Osborne High School, this initiative, and the local businesses, especially around Osborne High School. We are looking to, and I say we, Joe Watley and I are looking to pound the pavement this summer and go to these local businesses and talking to these owners and see if we can't get them to allow us to put a sticker or a note on their window or some kind of representation to let the students know that, hey, this is a tablet-safe environment. We have free Wi-Fi. You can come in here. If you can buy a cup of coffee, buy a cup of coffee. If not, you don't have to. Come in, get your work done. This is a safe place to be. So we're seeing if we can't get some of that outreach going. The main goal for this is to develop a free Wi-Fi in our area map. We're going to generate that and advertise that out. That way, when the kids come back here on Osborne campus next year, they'll be supplied with a map of local areas that they can go to and get Wi-Fi when they're not on campus. The next one is going to be the Geek Squad, a group of students that work with the DEAD help desk to troubleshoot tablets, ticket devices for repairs, fix minor hardware issues. In addition, this group would assist teachers with on-site tablet-related issues in the classroom. To help deal with uncharged student tablets during the day, this group would also operate a coat room type charging station for student tablets. High Flyers program. The High Flyers program would utilize identified ninth grade students to help with training in tablet care and use, as well as Google Apps for incoming freshmen and new students. This group will also assist during distribution and collection days, where we always need these volunteers. And if kids see other kids supporting and assisting, we're just building that digital culture. Project Genesis. The main goal of this project is to, again, continue to build digital culture and increase effective communication. The project encompasses 5 different areas. Digital content workshops run by the building ITTS, of course assisted by students, to help students and teachers with digital resources. In addition, this group would assist staff and other students in converting once paper-based resources into digital resources. In order to improve communication, a website of tools, strategies, and training will be created and maintained by students, as well as an online newsletter and on-site school promotion to keep students updated and notified. So again, we're taking a lot of the responsibilities from the teachers, passing that on to the students, building that overall digital culture. Last but not least, Digital Action Committee. This committee will be comprised of all students and a faculty advisor. We'll volunteer Mr. Watley for that. Its function is to give students a voice and a part in the decision-making process when it comes to technology issues and policies at Osborne. The committee will have representation on the eBackpack Project Committee, as well as on the Digital Summit, the PACs. All projects, Project Genesis, Community Outreach, Geek Squad, and High Flyers, as well as all grade levels, will have representation on this committee. This will foster communication, collaboration, and coordination between the different projects and groups. Our Phase 1 progress highlights for communications reflect print media, web-based media, face-to-face meetings, phone contacts, social media, and traditional mailings. The development of the Parent-Student Handbook for the Digital Learning Initiative was a collaborative effort. The purpose of the handbook is to guide students and parents in the care and responsible use of their device. The MCPS website hosts a special page for the OHS eBackpack Digital Learning Initiative that includes links to parent presentations, project planning and implementation, distribution dates, times and instructions, the Digital Learning Project, Parent-Student Handbook, and frequently asked questions. Our next steps include conducting parent surveys, preparing presentations to share our experiences across the state with other educators, and further defining the digital expectations for all students at Osborne. Now, I'd like to introduce Mr. Bobby Barrett to provide an update on the technology for the initiative.
Thank you, Pedro. Good evening. Just to give you an update on the technology piece. We're the guys that are behind the scenes for the most part, and if we do our job right, nobody knows we're there, and that's our goal. But the technology process began last summer when the team first had to receive and inventory, unbox, label, charge. I have up there more than 1,100 tablets. Those are what went out to the students, but in reality, we've got about 1,400 when you add on the class sets and the ones for the teachers. And so the team developed some management tools to help support an inventory process that connects the serial numbers to not only the devices but also the keyboards. It helps us keep track of them, helps Joel in the at the DAD desk with his database. And in order to support the devices, we deployed a cloud-based internet content filtering solution. So not only are the devices connected to the internet at school filtered, but when they're off campus, at home, at the local businesses, wherever they might be, that filtering is in place. And additionally, we did a lot of work through Osborne's network infrastructure to prepare for this, to provide more network connectivity and capacity and efficiency. Additional switches and connections were made in our distribution frames throughout the school. And then inline powered ports were provided to beef up the wireless access. We took it from 21 access points throughout the building at the beginning of the summer to more than 100 today to provide that coverage. Just last month, we successfully conducted some SOL tests on some of those tablets. We did have a few hiccups, but we quickly worked through them, and overall it was a success with those devices. And now we're all getting ready to, next week, we've all been coming together working to coordinate our efforts into recollecting more than 1,000 of these devices so we can analyze for repair, store them, and get them ready to go for redistribution back to the same students in just a couple of months. As part of some of the lessons learned about the device and the program, it wasn't without challenges. We did experience higher than what we expected damage rate in screen cracks and breakages, which required a lot of man hours doing the return process, shipping things out, getting things reconfigured and back to the students. But we did come away with a lot of lessons learned, and so looking ahead to next year, we're getting ready to place the order next month for more than 500 new devices for the Rising Freshmen. We've made some adjustments to our repair processes. We've got in contact with a third-party insurer. It's going to help facilitate the repair. The board has approved the e-backpack damage assessment fee that will go into effect to help recover and recoup some of the costs of that program. And then we're going to look to improve our content filtering system and the way the architecture is built to kind of streamline and take care of a few of the hiccups that we had this year and just make that a little more reliable in its operation. And then finally, we're going to do more updates to the network there at Osborne. Starting this fall, we're going to add 40 more wireless access points, and we're going to be upgrading the entire school to the latest and greatest 802.11 AC, which gives a lot more throughput than the current N standard, so provide more connectivity to our students and our teachers. At this time, I'll turn it back over to Dr. Saunders to close this.
So it's been a pleasure this time throughout this year to really work with this team with the support of Ms. Benner and others that have helped to make all of these things happen. As I talked about under sort of policies, regulations, and logistics, there's a lot. Bobby alluded to some of them. You can see the little green sheet up there is what they have developed for our collection process. You see our distribution dates. The logistics really is how we think about the how, the when, the where, and what creates many of our tasks that we need to complete to ensure a smooth implementation. Our team works hard to predict what may happen, and then to have a plan B or a plan C or sometimes plan D, E, and F in order to adjust for what needs to take place. And we will continue this through phase 2 of the project. And that only comes from the expertise and the quality of the people that you heard speaking, as well as the teachers and the students that are involved in the project. They help us to be able to do those things. So finally tonight, as we complete phase 1, this year and begin to look at phase 2, we are also looking further at the expansion of digital learning K-12. The implementation of the K-8 STEM plan, which presented to you, a team presented to you back earlier in the fall, will bring class sets of tablets to Metz Middle School to start that process. For summer and professional development for blended learning will take place, as I spoke about, for Certificate 1 and 2. There are 2 opportunities, June 24th through the 26th and July 20th through the 22nd. Any teacher in our division, K-12, is welcome to participate in those so that we can begin to build that capacity, not just at the high school, but also throughout our K-12 program. We have strong teachers that are already doing many of these things in their classrooms, This will continue to build that capacity. The Project Lead the Way implementation, you're going to hear a little bit more about that as we talk about the STEM Plan 9 through 12 in the academies in the high school. And adding the Project Lead the Way to Mayfield, Metz, and Osborne will bring in another element of that digital learning as we move forward in that process. As you heard last board meeting, the digital textbook adoption for world history, or not for world history, I'm sorry, for world languages, will include our 8th grade students. So as we look at Copia as one of our digital marketplace options, we could have our 8th grade students in our world languages participating just as they do at the high school with class sets at the middle school rather than one-to-one. Some exciting things that have been happening, some lessons learned. Our team has done some work with the 8th graders, the rising 9th graders, on the Google Apps for Education, so that we are starting to work with our students prior to them entering Osborne High School as freshmen, so that they have some of the background skills and knowledge to be able to access their email and become part of that Google Apps for Education process. So this year, they've been working with the rising 9th grade students, the current 8th grade students. Next year, there's plans to work with both the 7th and the 8th grade students, so they have a good foundation as they come into Osborne High School to their one-to-one initiative. And then looking at building that out through K-6. And then finally, the work that we've talked about and several others alluded to with our Footsteps to Brilliance project, our pre-K and K for 15 and 16. We will be adding the iPad tablets, the iPad minis, to the pre-K classrooms for next year. The ones that we have here full-time. And then we will be continuing to expand that, not only through the Virginia Star program, where we're donating back to our community as our students are refurbishing those computers, but also engaging our students right at the pre-K level, the early learners as they enter our school system. So we look forward to continuing our work with Osborne High School, the eBackpack Digital Learning Initiative, and expanding blended learning to our K-12 programs.
Thank you. Mr. Roberts, you have questions?
I've got a couple. Redistribution, the implication I got from that is you gathered all the devices and you're going to reconfigure them, overwrite them, maybe do some upgrades over the summer and everything. Is that, as we get to steady state, the intent, and what's the ramification for either high school students who either, as we get into English, and they might be reading content they have to do as part of a summer reading program, or kids who are in summer school, and what's the impact there?
We've talked a lot about summer school students and the students having class sets available for the world history because that digital text is online. So we will have some of those things available in the school, and that's really dependent on the number of students at Osborne High School that need those. It's certainly something that we've talked a lot about. Do the students need to keep them for summer school? Do we need to redistribute? And I think this year we're going to take a look at what does that look like when we do not do that. Do we have to give those back? Is there something that they're missing? But we will have class sets available and technology available during summer school, just not necessarily their own one-to-one.
Okay. And then it was talked about SOLs, and we've done some testing. I thought the state had to certify the device as being compliant and approved to take the SOLs with.
Ours are appropriate to take the SOL test on, and so we had a lot of students taking SOL tests on their devices, not necessarily theirs, right? That's correct. Class sets.
Okay. And then early on, I think it was slide 5, in the sustainment mode, it said that each new 9th grade graduating class will receive a device. Is that a typo? Is that what we talked about? Because I thought what we talked about early on in implementation was all incoming freshmen would get a device. And maybe it's just how it's done, because if you're actually going to bring them in over the summer, every summer, and repurpose them every year, it doesn't really matter.
No, I think you are correct. That might be a typo. It's each new 9th grade incoming.
Perfect.
Class.
Thank you. That's all I had, sir.
Anyone else? Mr. Williams?
Just briefly, thank you all for your efforts. I know firsthand how challenging your job can be in the schools and how challenging it is when you implement a new program like this. You had no template. You basically started from scratch. So thank you very much for your efforts and your time. It's been very helpful to the students I've talked with.
Anyone else? Anyone? Nothing? Okay, looks like we're good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate all your efforts.
I'd like a motion.
Yeah, I think so.
Mr. Chair, I move that the school board of the City of Manassas enter a closed session pursuant to exemption from open meetings allowed by Section 2.23711, Part A, Paragraph 1 of the Code of Virginia, 1950, as amended for the following purpose: discussion of a personnel matter.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Albrecht, second by Mrs. Kiefer, that the school board of the City of Manassas enter closed session pursuant to exemptions from open meetings allowed by Section 2.2-3711, Part A, Paragraph 1 of the Code of Virginia, 1950, as amended for the following purposes: discussion of a personnel matter. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carries 5-0. Thank you all very much.